Yeah.
But I didn't know it was allowed. So.
No, they wasn't. Well done,
okay,
you.
no,
Well done, you.
Because then it's easier to turn somebody. Yes.
So I love doing that because it really puts you into a mind frame of how to communicate without words, without direct communication, because it's all indirect, because there's no touching, there's no pushing, there's no manipulation of the body. And it just gives you that sense of, this is how my horse feels when we trust each other, when we don't trust each other, how we communicate, how he's responding, how he takes in information. And the exercise particularly the reversing, what you two did, I can't wait to show that part for you. I've seen people on horseback do exactly that sort of, how am I going to get him back round that corner? How am I going to get her back round that corner? And what was super interesting here is the rhythmic pace, and I just love it. So give me your feedback. What do you feel? How did you feel that exercise work for you?
Interesting. And like we were just saying, like the blindfolded course felt like it was 30 times longer than the leading course. Yeah. Because there's so many things, and like we were talking about how like all of a sudden we hear that whatever that is helicopter sound over there, and like we didn't even notice that before, but like once you notice different things, don't you? Like you hear, all of a sudden you hear, you smell, you get the whiff of horse poops, and which is great, and you're just like, it's like a different world. The world senses like come to life.
It's all part of that sensory sensitivity system via communication. So my question would be, how to organize that and be able to use that positively for when we're communicating with our horses, and how much force is not necessary when we are willing to think through and problem solve, when we're willing to allow nature to take over, when we're willing to not use the tools that we were lucky to be born with, but enter the world of how they communicate and how their nature responds to the pressure of domestic world. And that's another thing that I think is really important. You all were so gentle with each other, so kind, so willing to offer that energy, that protection, that safety. Yet you managed to get from start to finish easily. And when I say easily, it doesn't matter that the pole fell off. It doesn't matter that the stop wasn't perfect, because in the first place, that's not what you're after. What you're after is embracing that idea of, wow, I can communicate with my horse, a being that doesn't speak, that I don't need to manipulate, I don't need to pressure, I can just energetically communicate what I need from them for us to be able to apply it to the lives we want to live. Well done, that's hilarious, I can't wait.
Can I ask what route we took?
You reversed.
No, but we went up to that first, right?
Yeah, in the middle.
Oh, the start was the same.
Yeah.
Because
I
wanted
then we went around the right.
And then you came here, over that, zigzag, in, out.
Because it wasn't working.
No, I knew it. You gave me a bit of a tug, and I was like, okay, I'm doing something wrong here. And then I was like trying to reset my mind. I was like, oh, and you like moved me a little bit across that way or that way, and I was like, oh, this is the way I have to back up.
And did you feel after that, because I was a bit tense, but you as well, because did you feel my breathing then after that? Well, because when we finished, because I was happy.
No, like as soon as I'd done that back up, I was like, I know I'm out of the back up. And I was like, okay, we're done this now.
Yeah, exactly. And I did this breathing. Okay, we're out of it. Back to the round. But I was wondering if you felt that, but you know, okay. but you knew.
I was kind of aware once we went to the around and then underneath. I was kind of aware sort of where we were again. But the first part I wasn't. No, I did. Like I thought you guys had like you kind of tricked us by not changing anything. Because obviously, like I thought in my head that
a double bluff.
We were thinking, oh, they're
going to be
secretly
moving
like
things around.
really silently like moving everything around. But you didn't.
Yeah.
So, and by that way, sort of tricking my mind because I thought it would be completely different.
How did you feel, Angie?
When Sally did lead me, I felt a very clear instruction. I 100% knew where we're going.
Wow.
Really, yeah.
You could see that
It
in
was
that.
really clear.
You maintain more companion walking because you were side by side a lot, and that I can't wait for you to see how you synchronized you were with your footsteps.
I was trying to do that, but
I was also trying to do. I was trying to listen to your footsteps and trying to go like, but then I wasn't sure which leg was forward and which leg was
and I
back.
thought, well, it will only confuse you because I was like, no, never mind.
And Sally?
There was I don't like it.
No, you could tell.
No, I wasn't super comfortable doing it either. I'm claustrophobic, but
Okay.
it also like extends into like being in a situation that you don't know where you are, you can't get out of, and it's like so I wasn't like super confident doing it.
No control.
Yeah.
You had to give
Exactly.
way.
No, it's like it was really interesting for me because
It was interesting.
last year, like I developed because I didn't feel safe. I lost me, so I started having panic attacks
Okay.
last year because I was out of control. So to do this, I was actually going to say to you, no,
Okay.
can't do it. Can't do it. But I thought, fucking hell, Sally, come on.
Oh, bless you. Bless you.
And there were a
Thank
couple
you.
of times where I thought, no, I'm going to stop. But then it was really interesting because you must have picked it up because you did. I don't know if you knew it, but you did like a double tug. Just when I was about to say,
No, you
I'm out of here.
hesitated,
I'm out
yeah.
of here.
You hesitated.
Yeah, but you did like a double
Oh,
tug,
thank-
and it was like you pulled on this a bit more, and I was like, okay, come on, trust. And, I thought she's not going to lead me into a freaking fence, or
Yeah.
I thought I trust you. Thank you. So it was like really interesting for me, not first of all to trust, and second of all not to actually freak out, and just to see it through.
Oh, I feel really,
Yeah, so
feel
that
quite
was
moved by that.
Really cool.
Feel
No,
really.
I was also like uncomfortable. Like I was like, shit, I'm not sure I'm happy doing this. Once we started walking with the blindfold on,
Yeah.
but then it was like, she's not going to lead me over a cliff, is she? Like so, like.
Giving up control when we live our lives controlled is such a big ask. I really, really appreciate it from both of you. It takes a lot to release that control, to let it go. It takes a lot, and to trust a relative stranger. Okay, and that is why relationship, and I hope you've built some relationship within here, and just allowing yourselves to really embrace the feeling of how 99% of our horses live when they have no choice of direction, no choice of living, and how important it is by meeting those needs, not the physical needs like these horses here have so much choice in the space they occupy, but also allowing that same feeling, those needs, those mental and emotional needs to be met when we would like our needs to be met within the relationship of our horses. I work with a lot of people that when they start this path, the horsemanship from nature, the rewilding coaching is, okay, so that means though I will never be able to do things with my horse, whether it be riding or whether it be a working walk or stuff like that, because they're so fearful of not being kind enough, not being open enough, not being aware enough. And that is a phase of practice and pattern making in and of itself. But we have to also balance that with our needs, because who doesn't love to ride their horse if it's possible? I certainly do. And the fact that within the physical needs of a horse, if you think about feral horses and wild horses are crossing plains and are moving for 30 to 40 kilometers a day to seek water, to seek shelter, to seek food, etc. The movement of our horses for their mental and emotional well-being is really, really important. That's why you get explosions when they come out of stables, etc. So if we cannot provide, which we cannot normally in normal domestic settings, riding or walking, whether it's a forage walk or whether it's a working walk or a nibble walk, if you like to call it, it's actually part of that movement therapy that they need. So actually, if you're riding kind, with good communication, with good clarity, playing games with them like this, for example, because then you have mental engagement, mental stimulation, because they're thinking beings, they're intelligent beings, they just don't process like we do. It's positive. It's all good, because you are enriching part of their lives that a domestic horse cannot find for themselves. You're saying, I understand that your mental needs are being met on a foundation, but I also know there's a level that we can do more for you. I just want you to hopefully, the fun that you had, hopefully you had fun and you enjoyed this moment.
Oh, I can't wait.
Then you have fun and play with your ponies. And if they cross over the pole when they're coming through, nothing matters. Nothing matters more than the projection of togetherness, the relationship, the connection, the energy. That's what matters in this game. And we'll probably maybe raise the things so that whatever. So we can have maybe a break now and discuss a little bit more up there, have a little bit to eat, and then we can all come down and you can set it up that's going to be, I want to set it up for success, and we can actually set this and tailor it, because one thing that's hugely important, and this is why, you're talking about you like small groups with your babies. This is why I love small intimate groups for clinics. One thing is to do a demonstration with a load of people, but you're singular. But when you do an intimate group like this, you can really tailor it to the individual, to the human being, to meet their needs, and also to the horse, to the partnership, and meet their needs. And that's why I love and totally am grateful for being offered this space to do that with you guys. So let's go think about what you need. No!